been really busy today. I'm leaving tonight for Los Angeles for the Vid Summit conference. The keynote speaker is Gary Vaynerchuk. Been looking forward to that for a while now. The conference itself is on video marketing. A lot of great speakers they have lined up, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Leaving at a time where I feel like I want to stay and be in my business because we're struggling right now, but this is an act of faith, going to something that's different, a little bit outside of my comfort zone, which is something that you have to do in your business. I've been running this business for such a long time now. I recognize the cycles that are natural, I think are inherent in this industry or this business, and they've shifted in the last 2 years. They've almost flip-flopped, where the slowest time is now our busier time. I wouldn't say busiest, but busier time. And our historically busiest times have become just dead, like not even just slow, but like almost nothing. And it's very frustrating. It's hard trying to figure out what the answers are. Where does the business go, or where has it gone? How do I go there and find it? It's easy to get frustrated and get stuck. And if I hadn't been doing this for so long, I probably wouldn't have the system that I have set up that helps me get unstuck or helps me weather the storm or get through the winter. And the first step that I find that I need to take when I'm in this dark, frustrating time is I have to accept full responsibility. For example, someone stole my wallet this weekend. That was part of what I had to do today. Yesterday was Columbus Day. The banks were closed. The Bureau of Motor Vehicles was closed. So I had to go today to get a new driver's license. I had to go stop by the banks, get new debit cards, because one of the things they did was they emptied out my personal checking account, and thankfully the bank was able to stop those and reverse those charges, so I got that money back. But I also had a stack of cash in my wallet that was meant to be deposited, and they took that, so that's gone, which really hurts. It's easy to get frustrated and be so upset, feel so violated by that event, someone stealing my wallet, and it's important for me to move past it because I have much bigger issues that I need to deal with. And the only way that I move past that so quickly is that I say that is my responsibility. It might not be my fault, I'm not the one that stole it, but it is definitely a result of the actions I took or didn't take. I left it here in the truck. It's my personal responsibility. I left it in the truck. So taking responsibility in your business is extremely important. I don't know how we got to this weird situation with the numbers, and but it's 2 years now, and the cycle is developing. You can see it now. I can see it more clearly, and I'm starting to understand it a little bit. However, it's still my responsibility. I choose to stay in this industry. That's my responsibility. I choose to stay in the same physical location. That's my personal responsibility. That's my choice. I decide who I want to hire or don't hire. I don't fire people quickly enough, or I don't work on developing the right relationships. Those are all my responsibility. So the first step that I take in this time that's frustrating in my business, and that you can do too, the first step that you and I take is saying, whatever the outcome is, it's a direct result of the actions that I took or didn't take, the decisions that I made or didn't make, but that's my responsibility. Then you can put it aside and move to the next step. So the second step is reconnecting with your standards, your goals, your daily tasks, your systems that run the business, and then the relationships that you have with your employees. You might have employees that shouldn't be there any longer. You might find that there's some positions that you need to fill. And so you might have to go outside of your comfort zone and take an action of faith again and hire some new people and train some new people in your system. Now the third step is really important, and this is the do it now. Og Mandino said it best. He said, do it now. This idea that you have to take action. And I'm not necessarily talking about taking massive action. It might take massive action, but it's going to take some action, consistent action, and you're going to have to accumulate action for things to start moving and start changing again. And that also is an act of faith. Freezing and withdrawing and tightening up It's a very natural reaction, and you'll do it without realizing it, which is why you have to schedule your daily tasks to make sure that what you're writing down is getting done. And the saying goes, what gets measured gets done, and what gets scheduled gets done. So you have to schedule and then measure and make sure that it's still working for you. And the final step is you have to learn how to surrender in your business. That means letting go and letting things happen, not trying to stand in front of the wave that's coming that's going to smash, but learning how to surf the wave, how to go with it, how to go with the flow so that you don't get smashed onto the rocks. But it's not the same as giving up. You're not quitting, you're not walking away, you're not giving in, you're surrendering. You're saying, I accept this as frustrating. As Jim Rohn said, if it's hard, do it hard. If it's easy, do it easy. And in this case, it's really hard. You go with it and you buckle down, you do the work, you get your hands up, and you go into the fight and you fight. You fight whether you're winning, you fight whether you're losing, you just keep fighting, and the fight's not over till you win. The 4 steps: number 1, take personal responsibility. Whatever's happening is a direct result of the actions that you took or didn't take, or the thoughts, your thinking process. It's all up to you. Take responsibility as quickly as possible. Move on to the 2nd step, which is reconnecting to your systems, processes, your values, your goals, all the things that operate your business standards. And then step 3, you have to get to work. Work until it's done. Don't quit, don't give up. Just keep fighting, keep moving forward. And the final step, the 4th step, is surrender to what's happening. Allow it to be hard. Allow yourself to be frustrated. Allow yourself to be tired and exhausted, but simply don't quit. Stressful as your business might be, you got to keep it in perspective. There are a lot of things in life that are much harder than running a business.